I have a deadline. I've got to get to Ngungaroo by 5:30 p.m. in order to catch a boat over to Nikau Bay where my next camp spot is. I've got 10 hours to do it, which should be plenty of time, but that just means no lollygagging today, no prolonged lunch. I've got the boots strapped on, the afterburners are warming up, and hopefully my feet can handle the prolonged journey. This is lucky day 13 of my hike south along Tararoa. Second farm checked off the list, and to the surprise of nobody, back out to the road. All that's left to do is plug in the music and bang this one out. I had just north of about 3 hours or 17K on the road this morning that would eventually take me into the town of Wananaki. With the morning fog behind me and the sun now blaring its full heat down upon us, I had to jump into the general store, grab myself a Powerade as I was out of electrolytes, and then hit the longest footbridge in the southern hemisphere. Once safely across the old wooden contraption, leaving the bay behind, I would head to the coastal track, which on my map was a trail, but it really just turned out to be a gravel road. Now, spectacular views, which is what we're after, and that would even continue into my lunch spot for the day. But once it was time to move on from my shaded break, it was back to the road. I would take myself through the coastal towns of Matapuri and then straight into Tutukaka, where another general store was a must, this time for L&P, the New Zealand staple. A little sugar and a little cool down underneath a large, lonely tree. The final stretch of road would lead me into the town of Ngungaroo. I'd have a few kilometers through the community and even get a nice little note from Max and Georgia. A nice little welcome and a pick-me-up as I headed down into the estuary atop the exposed mud due to the low tide, where James, our transport and host for the evening, would come across to pick us up. Once loaded and the boys were safely secured with our life jackets, James took us across the water to his private land. Here, he would gather all the hikers that had made it to his property to give us the rundown about the section ahead. Once fully briefed, he would pull out his kayaks, and Adam and I would make our way to the rising tide in order to find ourselves a little bit of dinner. A 2-kilometer paddle back into town to the takeaway, where our tableside sunset dinner of fish and chips would come in a way that neither of us expected. I don't think we can get any luckier than that. Adam and I both didn't have any form of payment. I had cards on my phone, but for whatever reason, the tap wasn't working. So we were just kind of sitting there with our order in with the fish and chip spot, but nothing really happening until a local Dave came in and pretty much just paid for our whole meal, and we were set. So on top of kayaking, we got free dinner. Pretty solid night. We'll see you guys in the morning.